Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Europa Universalis 4, where we are playing... No, this is... Wow, I am not with it right now. We are playing Total War Attila, not Warhammer, as Western Rome, and we are in the process of fighting off the Huns. I panicked a bit. I must admit, I was just panicking a bit. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... 9 Hunnic armies here right now, and we have the heir in his navy just sitting just outside of Ravenna as kind of a hopefully we can save you kind of fleet, and then also a very small garrison army in Roma, mostly there to try and improve the public order, but now also kind of a last-ditch defense, because we did of course lose all 3 of our major legions at the end of the last session. We had a big fight against the Huns, which we ended up losing. We have managed to rebuild one and throw them back into the field, and we have packed them out with like fully upgraded top tier troops, and we have 2 more legions still under construction. They're still another 2 turns away. These guys are just 1 turn, these guys are 2 turns, but they're going to be fully upgraded. They've got all the armor, all the shield upgrades and all of that stuff, so hopefully can pack a bit more of a punch. Hopefully. Hey Aristide, hey Dave, hey Fred, hey Kit Kat, GN Fighter, Sushi, and everyone else, of course. Hello. So, yeah, definitely going to be a bit of a fight on our hands here. The Huns have taken damage of their own. There's a couple of armies which are definitely rather low on strength. But the really important one, this one, isn't. He's got a couple of strong units. Actually, he's taken a bit of damage for some of the others, and he's had to hire in some mercenaries. I'm hoping that we've killed the majority of their heavy catapults. There's still a couple of them poking their ugly heads around, but we've done quite a bit of damage. I think we managed to get a couple of solid cavalry charges against their artillery last time, but they're by no means dead. The thing that I'd really like to try and do is provoke a siege. I have a feeling that a defensive siege in like Rome would work really well. Unfortunately, the Huns have kind of proven themselves willing to just sit a siege out if they don't feel like they can take the attack, which is really annoying. Can we time warp a week into the future, please? Why? Anyway, I think that, as usual... yes, I have ended this at the end of this turn. No, I clearly haven't. Haven't spent all the money, and the spies haven't moved. Right, well, we could use these 2 spies to try and lock these 2 armies back so that they can't reinforce. That would mean that there'll be 4 full Hun armies, 2 broken ones, and then these guys as well. I think I might actually do that. Let's see if we can just hold these guys here with some hinder armies. Fail.
At your service.
You do your job.
I will come from the darkness.
And? Oh, we have to play out the animation. Failed! Awesome! Both of my super elite spies failed in their job. So they are going to be able to bring those troops in. We could abandon Genoa and try and move down to Rome as quickly as possible. We can go overseas with these 2. We can leave Narbo, and there is a beach here which we could use to land.
Ready for orders.
The other problem is, of course, that the Huns might just attack one of the secondary armies, so we probably do need to move you... No, one of these 2, probably the one that's going to be built next turn, to Rome. Replace this army, put them in Neapolis, or probably better yet, Tarentum, and then just hopefully the Huns will spread out. The other thing that we have going in our favour here is Ravenna has smallpox right now. What? No, they've actually recovered. Okay, so Ravenna has recovered. What has not recovered is the Hunnic armies out here, including Attila's group, who are all suffering from disease right now, and that means that they're going to be taking attrition, and actually a fair amount of it. Right, you are where you need to be, maybe?
Do you wish of me?
Priests are... That's your navy. That's your navy, just holding out in Rotomagus.
Your orders?
Same with you. You're holding out in Berdigalo, which you're not necessarily needed for. So all of the public order there is really good. You guys are building up. You are holding on to Constantinia, and you definitely aren't needed here anymore. I think I'm going to move you to Caesarea and improve the relations there. So you're now positive. You're going to be slightly negative, but you're at 100. So you have a bit of leeway. You're at 100. You're at 100. You're not. So we should probably actually move this army up to Bukhara. You're holding on to this. That's positive. You're holding on to Rome just about. You're replenishing. You're holding Genoa. And then you are holding out here against these Huns, which we did just sally out, and I think we won that initial fight. Yeah. You are sieging. How long are you going to hold? 4 more turns. Okay. Right, then the next thing is going to be food supplies. So, are there any provinces which are out of food right now where we could build more farms? Simple answer seems to be nope. In that case, Aqua 60A, how are you looking? You've got a level 3 city, so this place has actually recovered pretty nicely from when it was completely and utterly decimated. We do have a fountain in Vienna. And you're using military supply storage. Did I lose this to rebels or something? Because there's some weird buildings here. You can upgrade. Get rid of the fountain? Because the reservoir can be built up to provide sanitation, I suspect. Yeah, the sanitation in all of those provinces is just fine. Ah, that was what it was. You were going to build a blacksmith so that we could get weaponsmithing as we were marching to war. And get the upgrades. That's what we were doing. Because we've already got the carpenter in Bertigala. We've already got the armourer in Narbonensis. So yes. Whoops. You can build the blacksmith. You can go ahead and do that. And otherwise, I think I'm just going to double check all of the provinces who are unhappy. You have food. You are paying. The other thing is I can see if any of you want to start paying taxes. Not with that negative, no. Italia, I don't think I can expect you to. Can't expect you to. Can't expect you to. Nor you. Nor you. Liguria could potentially build up the farms, but with the Huns that close, I am not convinced that I want to do that. I could increase the size of the city in Vienna. How's your food supply? It's currently on 0, but you are getting an upgrade. It will cost 10,000 to go to the next level for you. Which I don't think is particularly worthwhile, especially not, well, provinces like Bukhara aren't. You could upgrade to a tabernet. You have a little bit of food supply. I think what I was going to do was tabernet and then food market. Or maybe just hell, a wine merchant. Make even more money. How's your sanitation? Sanitation's good. Your public order for the moment is good, but that's because you have a garrison. 15 from wealth. Or the other thing is get research. No, I think we were going to upgrade you to a tabernet. Let's get that going, because that's going to increase the amount of money you earn. The other thing is upgrading the trade wharf, which also is a significant increase in cash. I'm kind of happy to leave a garrison here full time. You more than pay for it. So maybe I do want to upgrade this squalor, which you can take. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, that's everything built. Next turn. Is there any way to fully kill the Huns? You have to kill Attila numerous times. I don't know exactly how often. I suspect it might be 1 per difficulty level, so maybe once on normal, twice on hard, 3 times on very hard? I'm not sure. I have no data on that. And we have killed him once. Unfortunately, he's come back better, stronger, faster. Yeah, there go the reinforcements. Oh, in opposite directions, that's interesting. going for Tarentum, aren't you? I think I can afford to lose Neapolis. I have not invested very much in its reconstruction yet. Losing Tarentum, though, would be a different matter entirely. And the ridiculously lucky Western separatists who just survive because the Huns, for whatever reason, refused to declare war on them. Right, so what's your garrison like? Not amazing, especially not against a full Hun army.
Ready for battle.
You could make it to Tarentum. You will make it to Tarentum.
I want hourly patrols.
You are going to sail towards Rome. Going to take a bit of a risk losing Genoa. I'm kind of okay with losing Genoa. You, in the meantime, could force march and make it to Genoa. Can you make it normal march? Not quite. Well, force march to Genoa. You can hold that. And then you still have one more turn, and then you will be good to go as well.
Fleet reporting. Ready for orders.
Force marching doesn't help you much. Well, your ultimate objective is to get to Rome, so you will do that next turn, which is good. We're fortifying this. Ravenna is holding. They've run out of supplies, though, so they are starting to starve. Yes. Thankfully, these guys aren't, but the garrison in will be next turn. We never had the opportunity to upgrade you, and you are taking damage. Are there any other armies I was moving? I have a spy who was moving, I remember that. That would be you. You're desperately trying to get some experience.
Sabotaging.
Success!
Your will is done.
You did not... Oh yes, you did level up. Excellent.
The Lord
so that is going to mean
servants.
that I can level you up to get... Investigate corruption. So you can now do your passive thing. Where's assassination? There. Let's try those. Okay, so you are now on your path to actually being useful. I think I'm going to send you to attack him.
I will come.
See if we can get a misdirect going. And can we use these to just do attacks on the army? No, it's just single targets. I failed anyway.
Christ's presence, bringing destruction.
These guys are doing really badly. Come on. Finally, so we've stopped him moving. Which might buy us a little more time, but I'm not convinced. I am not at all convinced. Meanwhile, in the places not making food, you're still upgrading. You're not going to recover. You could upgrade the olives to a great press, which will give you a little bit more food. Also some more public order. That's in Syracuse, which is going to be harder for the Huns to get to. Not impossible, but certainly a thing that could happen. Let's do that. Let's get you upgrading. That's also going to provide more resources, which we can then sell. And we could build another farm here in Rhegium. Let's do that. I think we basically just need to be building farms virtually wherever we can. Ah, Lusitania has another slot, and in fact you are in the process of building farms pretty effectively, actually. Let's go ahead and do that. And you're also going to have a capital and a reservoir to build up soon. So that, I think, is an area that's worth investing in. As soon as I remember where on earth you are. Oh! Right, yeah, you're down here. You're super secure. I've just never bothered building you up. Must remember to do that. Especially the weaponsmith. Although for you I'd probably do the toolmaker, because you're too far back to really be any good providing troops. Unless that recruitment cost minus 5% is global. But I doubt it. You did the wrong skill points on the spy.
How can I assist you?
No. Did investigate corruption, which you have to do to open anything else, and then tracking. Movement speed allows you to react faster, and... Oh, yeah, that one. I thought that was joining here. I was wrong. Yeah, okay, I should have done corruption. Can't undo it now. Never mind. So I think that's everything built. We've got the armies moving where I need them to move. I think that you guys reached your targets. Yes. You're in Bracara. Yeah, I think that's everything. Let's see what happens. The Picts building up more and more and more and more troops, but they dare not sail out because of my fleet in Rotomagus. Which has been an extremely effective counter to Britain. Alright, here are the Huns. Are you going to attack Ravenna? Maybe. Nope. So Ravenna is now starving. Ravenna will fall, and it will get destroyed. There's not a lot I can do, or there's nothing I can do about that, really. The only thing I can really hope for now is that the Huns split out their army when they're done with Ravenna. Then I can hit them somewhere where it hurts with all three of my legions at once. A fleet counter to Britain. Ironic. Exactly. See, that's all the continent needed to do, was build a bigger fleet than the British. Simple. I know it's wrong game, but other people dead in multiplayer coming back as another nation. I think it was just England that died, at least what I got to see of it. Yes, and they have been. So everyone in that multiplayer started in India. So the fact that we have European players at all is because they died in India. The intention was everyone starts as India. It's a massive brawl to see who rises to the top, and that's certainly been happening. And then if you lose in India, you get moved to Europe with the intention of coming back to India and getting Revengi. Assassin plot. I'll prepare for it. It's not like I'm short on influence. I have lots. I'm a very, very influential person. Okay, so they have lost their opportunity to go after Rome. Rome is now fortified. You can go to normal march, and you can move to Equi Sextiae. Can you? Narbo's in that province. Put you in Narbo. So the reason I'm doing that is because next turn we finish the blacksmith, so I can upgrade their weapons to do the extra damage, and then I'll start sending them over. The only place that they could attack straight away is probably Genoa. I think that Rome would be okay to hold. Could definitely do with more of a garrison here, though. How much would that cost? 8,000. So if I saved up for next turn, I could do it. I need to build a jetty, and this needs to wait until... Oh, the previous slot's done. And here... we could build something. How's the public order in this place? Okay, public order is now actually improving. We could build the capital here. Makes the most sense. Oh, we already have one. Never mind. Tabernae? No, we already got one of those. I don't think I want military recruitment here. We could do a workshop. Seems a bit of a waste. Do that. Maybe build a library so we can get that tech faster. Or I could just not build anything and build something in a more useful place. Like over here, where we're completely secure. Let's do that. So you need to upgrade to the governor's house. Food supplies are still a problem. So actually, let's continue upgrading the food supply here. The other thing which I do need to do at some point is upgrade these three. This is also another of my major cache locations. If we can upgrade these trade wharfs, that would be a huge help. Be like 500 ducats more per shipyard. Which is quite a lot. So you've leveled up. And nobody else, right. Newbie spy, have I used you?
How may I serve you?
So let's have you just go and attack him, just to get some more
Spreading
experience.
fear and doubt.
Failure.
Failure. I am sorry.
I
I
really
am a shadow.
come to expect more from my spies, to be quite honest. I might at some point need to start moving you out to go and help and intercept this army.
Ready for battle. We hunger.
Preferably before these guys reinforce.
Heaven be praised. I will come from the darkness.
Success, okay.
He guides my
I'm going to do that. I'm going to move you forwards with the intention of you coming to reinforce this fight next turn. I will recruit a couple more spearmen because you're going to need
Is
them.
that all?
Why can't I have you recruiting spearmen? Because this is a ruined province. Fantastic. Well, I'm going
How
to grab
can I
you.
assist
I'm going to tell you to attack them, and I want you to ruin provisions. I thought there was an option which reduced their fighting strength, but that might actually be a champion thing.
sabotaging.
There's another army here. Crap.
Failure. The Lord can be cruel.
Hey, Mordred just came back from voting for your next president. Pray for your soul. Well, I hope you voted for the good guy. And to say, I know nothing about the politics of wherever that may be. Is that Brazil? That election soon, isn't it? What else? I could use the champions. I have 2 champions here that are currently not doing anything. Especially against the units which have taken casualties. You know what? I think that would actually be a pretty good use of their abilities. So let's have one of you in particular doing an assault.
Another lost soul for Lucifer. Is there nothing else?
Oh, you can't make
My
it.
sword is
Can you?
yours.
Or you can assault a single unit. You can sabotage the entire army, which reduces armor, ammunition, and damage. Or you can harass, doing minor casualties on multiple units. Or against a single unit, if there was one that really, really scared me.
I will teach them to fear us.
Failed.
My failings shame me.
Can you hit Attila? No, Attila's kind of isolated. Actually, what's in this army? Not a whole lot. I think you need to attack this army. Those are large
At
onagers.
your command.
Hinder. Onager. Assault.
And attack again.
Because they're not replenishing right now. Failure.
I have failed, my lord.
But hey, we're trying. We are trying. And then the third captain is here. You know what? We're going to throw you into the fray as well. We're just going to hit them with everything we've got. Because, damn it, that's what we need to do.
Can I aid you further?
With that, next turn.